Hey everyone, Soundwave 884 here reviewing Soundwave. This is Soundwave from the Robot Enhanced Design, or the R.E.D series from Hasbro. These are now today's versions of Action Master Transformers. Non-transformable figures that come from Hasbro themselves are in a Transformers line. So let's dive right into this Soundwave. Okay, so first though, take a look at the box art and the box itself, the packaging. The artwork of Soundwave is very nice. It shows him pushing his button, Laserbeak's getting ready to eject out of his chest. And you can see where his blue paint, his blue color is chipping away as he's being enhanced. I don't know, and it's flaking away up the box. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool design there. Otherwise, it's kind of generic Transformer packaging. You see the generic Transformers generations on the side. This is where his accessories are stored, so you pick them up in stores. You see the figure. Don't forget to always turn the box around and make sure everything's in its rightful place. Turn to the back, and it shows you his, the design. This could be the computer viz art, some prototypes. This is more like computer visualization here, showing what you can do with the figure, how his arms can bend. So it is early in the morning, and I'm still half asleep doing this. So here we go. Let's get into the actual figure itself. And here is Soundwave in all his glory. He does have that very much a G1 cartoon appearance. He is done at pretty much like after the animation model. You see the back of the legs, everything is very good. He is solid plastic. There's really no hollow bits on him. Articulation and the way the plastic feels, just think of Marvel Legends figures. That's about how this feels. Where you want to bend elbows and they don't want to move. You think you might break it. That's how this guy feels. He might be solid plastic, but the plastic itself feels like they use cheaper quality plastic. There's also lots of smudges on them in certain places. But overall, the figure looks great. Out of the three that have come out so far, between Soundwave, Megatron, Optimus Prime, I'd hate to say this, but I think Soundwave is the weakest of the three. So let's get into more closer look at the figure and his accessories. A little bit closer look here at Soundwave. Some of the quality of the plastic, it's like smudges. I don't know if people are just dirty when they're handling this, but it's all over his legs. It's just little fingerprint smudges and stuff. And straight out the package. And I'm also curious, I wonder if they put the wrong hip piece here, because the way it slopes this way at the very top, I wonder if they put two lefts on them. It just looks like it. This looks wrong, and you can't really. I don't think you can really fix that too well, but I don't know. It just looks that way. It is when because how his legs have to. It does this weird bend. So I don't know if that's right or not. I don't feel like paying $20 to see it, but he's fine. He's just gonna be sitting on a shelf anyway. Otherwise, I said the quality of the plastic is just questionable. You just feel like when you want to do stuff, it's going to break it. Like when I had tried to move this arm, it was stuck, and I kept looking. It's like I know it has to move, but it almost like maybe it's this one solid piece. But eventually it makes this scary popping sound. You're like, oh crap, I just broke my figure. But then it moves freely as long as you didn't break it. He does have like double jointed elbows here. You got the joint here for that bend, and you got a bend here, so you can get wonderful articulation on these guys. That's one thing they do have is loads of articulation. Thigh swivels, double jointed knees, so you can get a knee bend from the thigh, and you can get another knee bend out of the lower leg itself. So you can get that. Ankle tilts is probably maybe the most depressing part. He doesn't get as much. It's sort of this little ball rock down here. Siege, Warpath, Cybertron figures will give you more. It does have wrist swivels. And that's because the hands are removable, and you do get new hands to put in here. So we'll show that off in a minute. Shoulders, you can go up to here. You can 360 them around. You also get bicep swivels as well. So loads of articulation. The head sculpts, the heads themselves, you got up, a good up, a decent down. And they have this little like ball joint rock where you can kind of offset them from the actual center of the figure. Now other accessories, it comes with Laserbeak, and as right in the chest, you can push this button down, pops this open, pull the guy out. It does not transform, it is just for looks, but here is your cassette Laserbeak. So you can stick them in Soundwave's chest. I would say beware of pulling the door down too much, because this does feel like if you just pull down slightly too hard or too much pressure, you could just snap this. Very, very thin, I would say. So he comes with his blaster rifle right here. Very accurate to the actual Soundwave. He comes with a new left hand with the finger open so he can reach up and push his button. And he also comes with his right hand, which has a finger open, but it's also done that way because that's how he's going to hold his weapon. So you would just stick this in his hand, and his finger here would go to like his trigger. That's his trigger finger right there. Sorry. Quoting apart from Young Guns. Yeah. So you would just want to stick his gun in his hand as best you can. If I can actually do that. Apparently I can't. I'm sitting there trying to push his gun into his hand. His hand is very solid, and it's pretty much, I don't know, I can't turn my thumb that freaking way because I'm not that, but it's pushing in on my thumb right here. You got little indentions, and also the bottom of the gun is starting to turn a lighter shade of blue right here, where it's actually smushing the plastic on the gun just to try to get it into the hand. So that's how soft this plastic is. So just beware, because I can't fit it, my thumb's sore, through this little gap here. It's like, no, I'm going to smush. So change out accessories, just grab his hand, yank that sucker right out where you want to not break it. Please God, don't break. I got it out, but I lost his shoulder cannon. That's another piece. That's one of the biggest. That's the biggest con on this. I'll talk about that in a minute. And you see here, he's got these other little like swivel, like molded, where your hands can actually go forward and close in and out as well. It's just when it gets into this little indentation here, it kind of prevents some of that. So I just want to pop this new piece in, very much like in Marvel Legends or something, when you can change out their hands. Pop it in, and there's that hand. So with this contention here, this thing is molded in like a hexagon, and it's just, this piece is not. It's round, perfectly round. So you have to sort of smash this thing right on in there, and it does not stay at all. It just easily pops out. Just head touches it, or you put too much pressure on it. It's only because I've wedged this sucker in there. See, it's loose. That's a problem. That's probably my biggest contention, biggest con in this figure is that piece right there on this copy itself. Now the plastic is contention for all these guys. This is now for Soundwave. Is that piece sitting right up there? All right, so that's that hand. And change out this hand. Just do the same thing. Pull that out. Put his new one in without dropping it. If you watch my videos, you know I always drop everything. So now you can take his arm, and he can get it right up there. Come on, that's from his hand. Push. Sort of. Siege did it better. That's sad. Oh, so you had one job. One job! There we go. Oh, look at that. Eject so far. Come on. Okay. Oh my god. You can see there's two little pegs in there. They're going to go through the little tape holes. So just going to line that up and stick it on. Alright. But it will rattle inside there. So it's pretty easy to change out the hands. Just be careful with stuff. Now let's see if we actually can get this gun into this hand without damaging the handle even more. This is getting ridiculous. Come on, get in. Come on. It won't fit. Don't make sexual jokes. Okay. Give me a moment. Sideways, get in the damn. Alright, whew. My thumb is killing me. I even was trying to do it sideways. That's how I eventually did it. I slid it sideways into the little gap, and I'm just turning the gun now to fit in his hand, like so. So just gotta go sideways and then turn the gun. And even that was a bit of work, and the thing popped off again. It's right here. So this piece here is just going to eventually drive me insane. Alright, I also have it sort of angled this way. This so I can get some rotation with his head. Because otherwise it's just up against his head. You can't do anything with his head without knocking it out. So that's him changed out new hands. So he's got a hand to push his button, which is probably the hand I'm going to leave on. And he's got his gun, which is probably what I'm going to leave in his hand anyway. And that way, if you keep the packaging, you can always put these back in a little, put them in there. Or you can put them in like Ziploc baggies. Or if you have containers to keep accessories in, don't lose these. In case you ever want to sell these guys or return them to the store. Or if you want to change them out ever. So that is Soundwave. Is a nice looking figure. I do like it. And he's going to make an excellent shelf piece back here. He's going to look really good on my shelf. Now, let's do a little bit of size comparison. This is a deluxe. This is fast track. He is pretty much about the size of the Voyager Seekers. They're slightly taller, a little bit wider, more buff. But the height, he's ends probably right above Starscream's eyes. So that is the height of these guys. A little bit, they're like a large deluxe. Maybe a hoist size. Or a past deluxe figure size. So, final thoughts. Would I recommend this guy? Yeah. I mean, I guess I would. Don't expect excellent quality of plastic. Be gentle with certain areas of the figures. Don't go in, I'm not looking at the word. Just don't barrel into the figure and just start grabbing everything and turning out. It should move because you're might break something. That's the way the plastic feels. The quality doesn't feel that great. Articulation is excellent on the figure, so that he will make a nice shelf piece. He looks good, and I think that's what the point of this is. They're going for a good look for collectors who want the robot modes to look excellent. And people who complain how they don't want backpacks, how they don't want hollowness, how they don't want this, that, and the other. Well, to achieve certain things, there have to be certain concessions. You can't. It's really hard to make a perfect, affordable, for the general public, transformable figure. So they're going to where, let's make one that doesn't transform, but he looks good. He looks like he stepped out of the cartoon or out of the animation model sheet, something like that. And for that, I think they excelled. It looks really good, and I have no problems with this figure whatsoever. In that aspect, I came in knowing he doesn't transform. It doesn't piss me off. It doesn't make me mad. I like that because I'm more about the character than the goal about transforming everything that's a transformer. As long as it looks good in the robot mode, I have plenty of Soundwaves that can transform into tape decks. I can put next to the guy. So he achieved what I wanted. He looks excellent in robot mode. He doesn't achieve the excellence in quality, and he hurts my fingers and things fall off easily, and you have a fear of maybe breaking the toy. I would recommend that people who don't mind figures not transforming, who want a good cartoon or animation model accurate Soundwave, definitely pick this guy up. He's only $20, and compare what you get from Super 7. They're about $18 and a lot smaller. This is more bang for your buck, lots of accessories, and I'm sure you can get other figures, pose them, and he's going to look good on your shelf. And I think the whole goal of these figures is just to look good on your shelves in a display, not for you to sit there and play with, just for you to pose every now and then and have them look good. I said thanks for watching this review. Until the next one, peace out.